Hey all, Hibber here. So today I have a special video for you guys because today I'm not playing by myself. I'm actually accompanied by the one and only community manager, final boss 12. I'm certainly not sure about the Roman numerals here, but I believe it's 12. Anyway, we're just gonna call him final here. But let's just have a look at my build, because I am running an agile build on my Edinburgh here, like I always do, because this is the best build in my opinion. And this is Tenant, by the way, it's not Miss Santa. But anyway, it doesn't make a difference. Main battery and doubled rudder here, and then we have the improved reload in the last slot. So a pretty standard agile build, except for the fact that I have the turret rotation. And 3 amazing heals, 3 sonars, and 3 radars. So you have all the utility you could possibly need, along with fast firing guns, excellent torpedoes, very nice agility, and of course that very nice 30mm armor that we all know and love. So I'm running radar on my Edinburgh here, and right off the bat I am going to see if I can head into B and see if I can get me a destroyer. So first we got this Iowa spotted here, and that means he has to fire first before I can actually go in there. So I'm baiting him with my broadside here, and then just using the fast rudder to get in a position where he wastes his salvo. And then right after that we just yoink it back into full speed, and this thing accelerates like a speedboat. It doesn't really matter if you slow down in Edinburgh, because you can get up to speed very, very quickly right afterwards. So that's what I'm doing here, because I can see someone is in here capping, and obviously we can't have that. And right now, Final is asking, so do you have smoke on your Edinburgh? And I'm like, no. And then there's an ominous silence. But like I said, this is how I play my Edinburgh, and I do really well with it. So yes, it's dangerous at times and you have to be on your toes, but the rewards are very much worth it. And speaking of rewards, here's our little black friend, and that's exactly what I wanted. If you can catch these destroyers here early on in the battle, it's a little bit unfortunate he's already had the opportunity to cap. I would have liked to have caught him before he was able to cap, but we're just gonna have to make the best of what we can here. So he's not running away, he is quite sure of himself. He does have a lot of backup as well, but as long as I use the terrain here, and in case I get targeted by more than one ship, I can use my agility as well. So now he pops off the radar, but we still have the sonar left here. So I could just stay here and keep him spotted, but I'm thinking, nah, let's remove him from the game. Probably the safer option here, because you never know. And that should be the game one right here, but obviously, as you know, that's never the case. So the Vanguard is moving in now, so I don't really have time to finish my capping. I have to be ready for him, and he's taking a lot of damage getting in, because I assume that he wants to, well, have his way with me. And I just reset there. So unfortunate, otherwise I would have been able to grab this cap here and then go do something more useful somewhere else. But as it is, unfortunately I have to remove this Vanguard now, because he's in the cap and he's ruining my plans really. So just again, I'm using this island here so I can close the distance without actually being visible to him, so he can't hit me. I mean, I am still spotted, but it doesn't really matter. There's not many ships who can actually shoot at me here, although I am in the middle of the map here. So this is the gameplay you have to take on if you want to play an agile Edinburgh, because otherwise there are better builds. If you don't feel like you're up to death-defying stunts like this, then play it with smoke and a little bit more like a usual build. So here I'm trying to stagger my torpedoes, because I only need 1 torp hit for this guy here to go down, and I want to make sure I get it. So that's it. This cap here is now pretty much safe. I just have to finish capping, and it's not too bad. All the red ships are quite far away. No one should be able to to spot me as soon as I go dark, like I'm doing now. And of course, that's stuff you have to think about all the time. Like, once I get rid of this vanguard here in the cap, will I just be a sitting duck for everyone else, or will I actually be able to cap? And of course, I planned that beforehand. I saw that, okay, the vanguard is the only ship in here that can spot me. So if I remove him, I'm going to be safe for actually quite a long time. So that's it. The B cap is now won, and we have all 3 caps in the game now. And if you look over on Final's side, you can see that he is going to have a really tough time. So right now, I am debating, should I go over there and help him? Or should I go and try to retake the A cap? And right now we're discussing it and we're debating it, and I can't remember if we agree or if I just decide to go to the A cap. But in any case, I go to the A cap because I don't like Flanders. So we're going to annoy this Flounder here for a while. No, that's not really the reason. The reason is that I am assuming the other destroyers over here, and seeing as I am much better equipped to chase down destroyers than Final is, then I'm going to get over here and try to do something. And again, do the fake turn to just make this Flounder here totally waste his salvo. And by the way, Final is in the amazing Azuma ship that I don't understand why anyone would play voluntarily, but there you go. And like I said, obviously Edinburgh is a much better destroyer hunter than Azuma, so that's why I need to just soften up this Flounder here a little bit, either to the point where he starts to run away, or simply to the point where I sink him, because I don't want to head in yet, because it's going to be a little bit difficult to angle my bow against him and whatever else is in that cap, because there's other stuff in the cap, I just don't know what is in there. So we're now at the point where I realize, okay, I'm going to need this Flounder here dead, because he's not giving up, he's not like running away, which is the right move. Don't run away in a battleship unless there's a really good reason for it. So I'm going to have to, kind of waste time here trying to kill him. And luckily, it doesn't actually take that long. Sometimes it can take a long time, especially if the battleships are clever, and angled towards you, and your AP doesn't really bite into them, because with Edinburgh you cannot switch to HE. So if you're up against a clever destroyer player also, I mean, if they just go bow on and sit there, there really isn't much you can do. And you just have to go dark and reposition, really. But in this case here, he was not all broadside on, but quite broadside on. Enough for me to do damage anyway. So I just used the island to stop, and then I'm going to turn around and see if we can't actually get back and grab that A-cap that we've lost here. See, the red ships are still all on Final side. So I'm going to see if I can't assist him a little bit here, but obviously this game here is going to be won on points. Like our team just isn't up to the task of removing all the red ships. That's just not going to happen. So the best play is to go for the A-cap and make sure that we have a healthy amount of points so we can actually win this battle here. On the way though, I'm just going to see if I can't keep the reds from actually grabbing the C-cap, because they are moving in now and things are starting to look a little bit precarious here. And as you can see, like, finally he's gonna get overrun, and that's just the way it is. There's not much I can do about it either. If I go over there and help him, chances are both of us are probably gonna get sunk anyway. So the play that makes sense here, in my mind anyway at the time, is to go for the red cap and see if we can't pull this one home on points alone. And Final will just have to try to hang out as long as he can over there by bow tanking in Azuma, which is what that ship does. And that's playing the ship to its strengths, and I'm playing my ship to its strengths. But this is the point where our team starts to falter, and it's a bit of a Hail Mary I'm trying to pull off here. But I keep resetting this Massachusetts here, because like I said, I have to win this battle here on points now. So as long as I can keep him from grabbing some tickets or points or whatever you want to call it over there on that side, that gives me an advantage. And if I can grab the A cap as well, then we have a slight chance of winning here. It's not looking good, and obviously we both realize that, but we're gonna give it a shot here. So if you ever heard anyone say you can't kite in an Edinburgh, well then, well, watch this. Anyway, over here on the other cap, we have a Hipper defending it, and that's a bit of an annoying ship to face over here, because you can see he's dug in behind an island. He's playing his ship to its strength. He's just waiting for me, I'm assuming, to get closer, and then he can, you know, pop out and do his Hipper things. But I have to get closer, I have to get over there. This cap is the key now. If we don't grab it, then obviously we're not going to win, because in the meantime the Reds have overtaken us on points. And I know the destroyer is here, that's why I popped the radar, but I was looking the wrong way. I got confused by looking at the minimap, and I thought the destroyer was on the other side. And that cost me, probably, actually, the kill, at least with guns here. So use the island to stop, because I don't want to overshoot, because I'm pretty sure that Hipper there, he's just lining up his AP. So I was hoping to be able to, you know, get out of here and then whack the destroyers while my radar was still functioning, but alas, it's too slow. So I'm just gonna think, okay, I'm gonna fire a few torps this way here, and then I'm going to try to deal with the Hipper. And these are single fire torps, and really only 2 of them are, you know, on separate trajectories. And yeah, I will leave the surprise to you, although it's not much of a surprise really. You saw the Shimmer had just like a sliver of health left, and there's the Hipper, and he's broadside again. And I'm a little bit lucky there, I will admit that, but I played the Hipper myself, and I know that yep, you get a lot of overpens on Edinburghs. And there I get the Shimmer with one of my torps, one of my single fire torps, and that makes it 4 kills. And I'm trying to grab this cap here, but as you can see on points, this is pretty much a losing battle now. I cannot grab this cap and defend the B cap at the same time, and we are 2 versus 4 now, so things are looking quite bad. But I'm thinking, okay, maybe I'll get out of this battle here with a Kraken, and that'll give me enough XP to be happy, and then I don't really care, honestly. Also because I've done a few captures, and that also gives nice XP. So there's the Hipper broadside, and he takes another shot, but another overpen, and that's the Kraken right there. So yeah, I mean, not the best battle here, but as long as, at least from my perspective, that we can get out of this battle with reasonable XP, you know, in a loss, 1800 XP is pretty good, I think. Like 2000 even better. If you can do that, and you know you've done your part, and you know you can't really think of anything you could have done better, then you know the defeats aren't that bad. They don't sting as much as the ones where, you know, the team just totally disintegrates and you spend 5 minutes running from 8 ships that are just focusing you because there's no one else to shoot at. That's what makes, you know, this game frustrating and infuriating and just an absolute chore to play sometimes. But, you know, defeats like this, I don't mind. I mean, the red team, they just played better. And it's not like our team was terrible or anything like that. We just didn't make it, honestly. So I'm facing 3 ships here, and it's a Baltimore, some other Alabama, I believe, and then obviously a carrier. So this is going to be the end of me. I mean, there's less than, you know, half a minute left, and there's really not much I can do there. So I'm just going to, you know, go bow in with my 30mm bow and look at that carrier that is absolutely, like, yeah, doing lots of damage, and taking one HE shell, and that's it. But anyway, that was the infamous, no, the very nice and very friendly final boss, and myself having a bit of a play. So hope you enjoyed it, and see you out there.